Welcome back to my channel, everybody. My name's Meredith, and if you're not used to seeing us around here, we do a lot of sewing adventures, and today we're actually going to embark on a brand new one. I haven't done 18th century costuming before, and I thought it sounded like a great, fun challenge. Some of these dresses have been on my sewing bucket list for years, and as quarantine keeps dragging on, seems like a good time to give them a go, right? To do one of these and actually maintain some level of comfort, I'm going to actually do it the way they would have done and do it as a historical set of clothing. And I need a shift. I do have shifts, but they are all 16th century. They tend to have very long sleeves compared to the 18th century versions. And it seemed like a good way to get started. You'll probably notice as you're watching February that I have a ton of just underwear, really. Seemed kind of just an amusing thing for February with Valentine's Day to be full of historical underwear. Go figure. But today we're going to get started on that shift like I was saying. I used about 3¼ yards of linen from fabricstore.com, and this pattern has probably been making the sewing circuit as of late. It's the American Duchess Simplicity pattern for 16th century undergarments. If you guys haven't seen this, it is 8579. And I would recommend going and giving it a quick look. It seems pretty good from what other costumers have reviewed it as, and the shapes all seem pretty good from what research I have done. I am going to throw out there for all of you that do a lot of other forms of costuming. This isn't my primary century, or it hasn't been. So while I know a little bit, I don't necessarily have the deep dive information some other costumers might. So I hope you have some fun with me as we start digging into this particular project. All right, so let's take a look at this. I've been flat felling all of my seams for this particular smock, shift, however you want to call it. And we're now to the point of insetting the gussets, which are the little squares of fabric under your arm that give your arm some range of motion, because these don't have those curved armholes that you see in modern clothing. So what that entails is I'll be trimming back one side of this, folding it over, pressing it, and stitching that side down, which encases the seam like I've done up here. The tricky thing with gussets is that you have to do it in a specific order in order to make the gusset actually match up with all the corners. So I've only sewn along two sides of each of my armhole gussets right now. I'm going to trim back the inside part of the seam here, and then fold this over and do my stitching. Once that's all secured, I'll then reattach this to the other side of my armpit. And sew this together. Again, trim everything down, and I'll be able to do one long felling stitch from the edge of my sleeve all the way down my side seam to my hem. And then I can finish up my final hem. Sorry if this is just a bunch of white fabric floating around on a black table. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't blow out too bad. What do you guys think? I mean, it's a shift. What else can you really expect? The underarm gussets are doing their job. The neckline feels a little bit big to me, but that might take care of itself once I get my stays on. The next video you're going to see is one I actually started filming a year ago. It's all about my 18th century stays. I used one of American Duchess's other stays making patterns to do that. So that's what you guys will get to see next week, and I'll do a full underwear reveal at that point probably, because I feel a little less revealing having a shift and stays instead of just a shift. Just saying, that's kind of a thing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my sewing montage of hand sewing, machine sewing conglomeration. But whether you're new or old to the channel, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit that like and subscribe button. That way you can stay tuned for more of our sewing adventures. Have a great day. Words are hard.